it hurt to hear that, because I'm just like, does that mean I'm less?
ALON Project, Scene 6A, Take 3. Margaret?
So let's connect to that experience of feeling alone. Can you tell me a little bit more about what has brought you pain?
Yeah, I think, so it's something that I've never really opened up about. And the day that I felt the most pain was probably in 1990. I was 5, and my mom was coming to the US, and she couldn't bring us with her. She was following the rules and how you enter this country. So she had to give up that time to be with us, right? I'm doing this because they're gonna have better education. They're gonna have so much more coming to America. And even at a young age, you know, I was only 5, but I felt that pain of separation. Seeing my mom leave, I didn't see her for 2 years, was really, really painful. And we were doing it because we were following the law. Like, she couldn't bring us. It's not like I could just get on the plane with her. And so I didn't see her for 2 years. And I think that was something that I felt. And then, you know, when we came to America, there was another part of separation where my siblings and I had to be separated because she was here by herself. My dad was still in the Philippines, and she was trying to petition him to come here. And I think at that point, she had to take my brother and my sister back to the Philippines because she couldn't take care of all of us as a single mom, making minimum wage, and it was just me. So there was that second sacrifice of being separated from my siblings. And the third separation, I think, is with my dad. I was isolated and had the most distant with him for 5 years. So I missed out on that really great relationship as a child. Until you know what it's like to be separated from your parents or your siblings for years on was something so painful. And this is the first time I'm really, really talking about it. And so I think it's relevant because of what's happening at the border. It's like, that's being forced. That separation is forced. Here, you know, my parents had the choice to say, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna travel alone to the United States, and then I'll petition my kids and my husband after, which means we had to sacrifice, we had to be patient, we had to do it according to the law, so we do it lawfully. That's a choice that my parents made. And, you know, the only thing I could do is just give back from all their sacrifices. Like, I know that was a lot. And I think at age 5, I couldn't understand why I was so angry, why I was in so much pain. I didn't cry. I wasn't supposed to cry. Like, afterwards, they took me to my cousins in the province, like, go play with them, so I wouldn't think about my mom leaving. I think it still pains me to this day because that cut my time short with her. And, you know, she ended up passing away when I was 17. Besides her death, I think that was one of the most painful experiences in my life, because unless you've been separated so that they can make that ultimate sacrifice for you to have a better life, I don't think anyone really can see that.
You know, you talked about choice, you talk about sacrifice, and you talk about following the law. I'm wondering, like, how you understand systems of oppression. Like, how is oppression and these systems, how have they impacted your life?
So, coming to America, to then lead on from that story, you know, I had to assimilate to the American culture and almost say, you're torn because it's like assimilate to the American culture, but at the same time, you still have to be Filipina. So you're being tugged both ways. I was still really young too. I think I was in middle school where they described me as an immigrant. I was just an immigrant. Like, that was the word, the derogatory word that they were trying to describe me as. She's just an immigrant, as if I'm some second-class citizen. It hurt to hear that, because I'm just like, does that mean I'm less? And I never talked about that. And I'm like, I don't know why that's bad. Like, why am I supposed to be less superior than someone who is a US citizen born here? And I think from there on, I started to not want to be Filipina. I wanted to change my hair color, put on different contacts so I don't look at my skin. My brown skin is supposed to be lighter. And it made me question a lot of things about myself. So it has an impact. That word was so powerful in the sense that it's not how I look at immigrants today, where I try to help our immigrant community because I want to help out after being told that was a dirty word for me, or I felt like it was a dirty word to describe me.
I'm wondering if you can tell me about a time where, you know, you felt proud to be Filipino, where you felt powerful.
It's being with AFIRE, Alliance of Filipino for Immigration Rights and Empowerment. It was the first time where I looked at a group of people who looked like me, and there was no sense of judgment where we came from, who we are, what we've chosen, our paths in lives. We came together as a group to better ourselves. A group where it's like not one person is gonna take the lead. All of us collectively as a group, unified, together, trying to make an impact. And I think this was such an amazing time because I just came into this group to volunteer as a legal volunteer, as a translator, and I didn't have any expectation, but I think with AFIRE there was just such an open mind with everyone I met. An older generation, the millennials, you had all these types of groups of people. It was amazing to just sit down and talk to everyone. Outside of AFIRE, I got to meet these great, amazing community leaders. They're so aware that I learn, and I want to then get involved, and it's like, how do I keep going? How do we keep moving? How do we keep telling that story? And so I think that to me is one of the most powerful things I've ever done or felt like I experienced power, and it's just having the unity of my community.